Enes Kanter Freedom now has the NBA basketball world talking. So in this video, we're going to go around the internet and see what former NBA players are saying about what he is doing. Is it activism? Is it harassment? A lot of people have a lot of opinions on it, and I'm just going to put some of those on display. And you'll be surprised to see that some players are for what he's doing and some players are against it. But we're going to put that on display in this video.
Man, y'all got to stop the clown shit. I got daughters. I played basketball on the highest level. Won on the highest level. Matter of fact, I won on every level. There's no woman that could ever play in the NBA, bro. Ever. And we've had some great women basketball players, but none of them were good enough to play in the NBA because it's men. A man should not belong in no women's sports because the ones that saying they should, y'all going to be out of jobs. Then what you going to say? We going to have 2 NBAs? No, bro. No. Y'all not making no sense. Y'all trying to make it about Enes Kanter. He trying to protect women's basketball. I don't understand what the problem is with him. Black people have been identifying as free and equal for how long? Half of y'all still ain't accepted that. So y'all want people to accept a grown man with balls that's going to play in women's sports and just accept that he a woman? No, man, I got daughters, and other fathers that got daughters agree with me. You don't want no man in women's sports. This is clown shit.
That was former NBA champion Steven Jackson weighing in on the situation. Like, does anybody out there agree with what he said? You know, what are your thoughts about this?
Top of the morning, people. Just here to address the thing or two. Enes Kanter. Initially, people was rocking with the point that you were trying to make, and forcing the WNBA into make certain decisions. And that's their right and their business. But I think you made your point then. Harassing them at the game, you know it's a sensitive topic for them. Like, it was a little much, my brother. It was a little much, and uncalled for. And you are a voice now of certain things, and people tend to pay attention now because of the stink that you made initially declaring for the WNBA draft, which you're right, but let's not make a mockery of the WNBA, man. Let's not make a mockery of the trans community. Those are people, man. They have family, they have lives, they have loved ones, and they deserve your utmost respect, man. You can do what you're doing and say what you're saying from afar. Let them be. They are doing their job. They're not bothering you. So let's find someone else to bother, man. Leave them alone. Showing up in their place of business, man, is uncalled for. It's childish. Yeah. Let them be, man. Let them do their job in peace. Y'all have a good one.
That was former NBA legend Kenyon Martin Sr. voicing his opinion on the Enes Kanter Freedom and WNBA situation. Do you feel like him? Do you feel like what he's saying is accurate, valid? Like, tell me what you think.
And right before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena after Natasha Cloud got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard. We have talked about the conversations surrounding the W. That is Enes Kanter in the building today. And he has voiced how he's felt about the situation. Natasha Cloud voicing her opinion as well.
So that last scene was the actual incident from the game that Enes Kanter Freedom attended and was subsequently ejected from. That game was the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. And from what I've gathered, Enes Kanter Freedom was showing support to Sophie Cunningham, who has come out and been against, as I guess made a stand for only female-born females, women, like, you know, whatever the recipe is, only women competing against women. So I guess that's what I've gathered this whole thing is about. But that was that last scene if you hadn't seen it yet.
This just in, they said no. The WNBA says that Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White cannot join the draft next year. They're ineligible for the draft. Did you hear the reason? Oh, yeah, it's a really good one. They didn't give one. They gave no reason. So what's going to happen now? Well, they're probably still going to try to apply for the draft. They'll probably sue if they're not allowed to be in the draft. If they are allowed to be eligible for the draft, which they probably will be, they probably won't be drafted by any team. Now, I want you to really think about this. They're going to end up winning their lawsuits if there are suits because the WNBA is being stupid. And then they won't be drafted, which of course is ridiculous. They're better than any player that's in the WNBA. All the WNBA has to do is say, here's who's eligible. You've got to be an XX person. You've got to be a female. It's that simple.
So not so fast. Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White. The WNBA has ruled that they are not allowed to be eligible for the WNBA draft. So this seems like a plot twist. You know, I'm learning more and more about this story the more I do internet searches, right? And obviously, you know, I didn't pull from the actual source of the WNBA, but enough people are talking about it. So, you know, I am rounding into my, you know, understanding of what the heck is going on. Is this a circus? Is this a publicity stunt? Obviously, both people from both sides are extremely irritated. So hopefully, everybody gets this ironed out, and the women of the WNBA can continue to ball and grow their game. They just got a new deal, so let's see what happens.
Today is the day of a tragedy, a real setback for all of women's rights everywhere, and we need to talk about it. This brave, courageous, bold woman was kicked out of a WNBA game last night because she wore this t-shirt. Woman, noun, adult, human, female. In case you haven't been following any of this for the last few weeks, Enes Kanter Freedom has recently announced that she is going to be entering the WNBA draft, considering we don't even know what a woman is, and this is so wildly offensive. And she, if we're following all the play.
Okay, so that last video by Isabel Brown has to be some sort of rage bait, but I understand why she's saying what she's saying outside of just rage baiting the entire situation. What do you guys think about that? I am this whole thing, I don't know. I just still don't know what to make of it. There's so many different opinions on it. I think both sides have opinions that are valid. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think, though.
No, he shouldn't have been kicked out of this game. And the provocation, let's be very clear here, is Enes Kanter can define a woman and the WNBA can't. And think about this. The WNBA player was angry at Enes Kanter for saying men should not be able to play in the WNBA. Look at how much bigger he is than all of these women. He would average, if he played in a WNBA game, 30 points a game and 30 rebounds a game. I'm not even exaggerating. This is because men are bigger, stronger, and faster than women. And the WNBA has put itself in this position by having players, coaches, and owners who say men who identify as women are welcome into our league.
Yes, but not that one, but not Enes. That's what she's mad about.
Yes.
Natasha Cloud picked this fight because Enes is exposing their own contradiction.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. This argument and the people that are weighing in on this entire situation is getting extremely heated. I see Clay Travis and Will Kane are going back and forth about it. I need to know what everybody thinks about this. I don't think this is something that everybody is going to ever be on the same side about. This could be a never ending argument. I guess that's why so many people are talking about it. I'm gonna continue to learn about it. Drop in the comments. I'm down to be educated on it for sure. So let me know what you think. However, all right, peace. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you rock with this video, hit the like button, man. Let me know. I'm gonna be making updates on the community tab too. So man, make sure you tap in and all across the rest of my socials. Well, not Instagram, because TikTok, YouTube. Let's get it in.